Hey guys, I'm Ryzen. So in this video, I'm going to share how I like to prepare for psychedelic journeys and specifically why I stopped watching horror movies. Welcome to the channel. On this channel, you'll find meditation mixes, original art, and talks like this one inspired by psychedelic experiences. So let's jump right in. When I had to prepare for my big ayahuasca trip in Peru, I had to abstain from sex, alcohol, and adhere to a specialized diet that excluded foods like red meat. I believe the reason for this was to keep my internal energy high for when I finally had to drink the ayahuasca brew and go on the psychedelic journey. Now, in contrast, when I first tried to do a mushroom trip, I didn't really exclude any of these things. Also, days before the mushroom trip, I had watched Stanley Kubrick's The Shining. Now, if you haven't seen The Shining, it's about a psychically powerful hotel filled with ghosts and other demonic presences. So when I finally consumed my mushroom tea and started on the psychedelic journey, my mind was not clear at all. And again, not a surprise, my mind was just filled with, at times, was filled with thoughts of ghosts and other bad guys. Suffice to say, some parts of the trip were very challenging. Now, compare this with my brother's experience. He didn't do a psychedelic journey, but he went on a 7-day silent meditation retreat. And he told me that at some point he could not stop seeing scenes from all the horror movies that he had watched. He just kept seeing scenes from movies such as Rob Zombie's House of a Thousand Corpses. Just images of people getting murdered. So maybe the shamans were onto something when they asked us to follow the dieta before going to Peru. Again, they had asked us to abstain from certain physical elements, certain foods, alcohol, sex that may affect our internal energy. But here in the West, there are so many factors that may affect our energies. I learned that we should additionally abstain from potentially harmful types of images, which we ingest with our minds and hearts through the acts of listening and watching. And that's why I personally have stopped watching horror movies. Now, it wasn't easy, and I had to replace it with something else. So instead of watching horror movies, I started to watch more comedic or lighthearted shows before a big psychedelic journey, such as a mushroom trip. Now, one service I especially like currently is Gaia, where they have shows on topics such as meditation, shamanism, and yoga. Now, these shows can be full of inspiration and love. And you know what? Once I made that switch, my subsequent psychedelic journeys, as well as my meditation practices, were actually more full of inspiration and love. In addition to a diet for the body, in preparation for a psychedelic journey, why don't we also consider a diet for our minds, away from disturbing media. It's made a huge difference in my own psychedelic journeys and meditation practices. And it may just make a difference in yours. Alright, so that's the end of this video. If you enjoyed it, please consider giving it a like or hitting that subscribe button. Or consider sticking around on the channel to listen to some music and enjoy some original art. Thanks for watching. I'm Ryzen. I'll see you later.